A nap at 6:30. I couldn't keep my eyes open. We were watching something and that was it. I fell asleep. So I thought I'll just go to bed. I'll just take a nap. So I got up about 12:30. I could have gotten up a little earlier. I was awake from about midnight. Anyway, let's have a little prayer, shall we? Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for blessing me that I was able to get some rest and that I have this opportunity now to be up for a while in the night on this extremely cold night. I'd like to ask that thou will bless those that don't have any power while this extreme cold is coming, that they might find ways to be warm, that they may have enough blankets, and that they may survive the night and tomorrow while we have a regular Canadian winter tonight. Thank you so much for, well, it's a two-edged sword, isn't it? It's been nice not to have it so cold in the winter, but we know what that means for other parts of the world. So we're grateful for our blessings and our tender mercies. And we're grateful for goodness, and we're grateful for families and for love and for kindness. We're grateful for thy spirit and for all that thou hast done for us. And we're grateful for the life of Jesus Christ and for the example that he gave us on how to live. And we're grateful for his sacrifice for us, that we may continue to live after we die. And we're grateful for the resurrection so that we will be able to live with thee forever. We ask that we may be mindful of the promptings. We may pay attention to them, that they may make us stop and change course and do things that are thy hands on the earth. Help thee with thy work to bring to pass the immortality and eternal life of man. Thank you for the animals in our lives, and what a blessing they are. Oh, I also ask, please bless those that are cold, that they are able to not burn their houses down, trying to make more heat come out of their wood stoves than is necessary or proper. And help us to be able to feel thy protection. And there was a lot of ice in some places and perhaps bitter cold now with it. Oh, and thank you for letting me be up at a different time of day and making videos at a different time of day. It's very nice to be able to hang out with my friends on here, always making new friends. Thank you for all our blessings. And these things we pray in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Boy, you do look a little fuzzy there. Oh, look. Hello. So shall we find out about how cold it is out there? Let's go on YouTube and... Hi, what is the name? The new... Wait a minute. FIESSJ6. I'm up because I can't sleep. Well, I am guaranteed to put you to sleep. Oh, hi, Tyler. You wake up yawning and go to sleep yawning. You might be pressing yourself too much, Nancy. I don't think I yawn because I'm tired. Now that you say that, you think I'm pressing myself. I spend a lot of time doing nothing. I sit in this chair for many hours a day, which is really not good. I dread sitting in this chair sometimes, you know. Perhaps I should weave, do something very boring. Then people will all go to sleep. Now, how can you be up at 10 after 1 if you're also up at 6 and 5, Tyler? Do you ever sleep? Oh, you're on night shift tonight, aren't you? So you went to work at 5, so it's only 10, 10 after 10 there. Oh, so you've only been at work for 5 hours. So you're going to be hanging out here with me, eh? Isn't that fun? You know, I don't turn the video on when I'm sitting around watching television. I just don't. I kind of want to see what Ryan Hall y'all says. So I'm going to turn him on and we're going to find out what's happening on here. All right, I'll turn this around. Hey, it won't turn around anymore. I have to push it really hard. Okay, go over here to YouTube and we'll find Ryan Hall, y'all. He's a good one. See if I can find. Oops, it's going to be loud. Oh, look, Nancy's on the internet. All right. Just after 10 in Las Vegas. All right. So let's find Ryan. I would zoom it in. What did you say? Any deer around your house lately? I always love the deer and wildlife videos. Well, isn't that neat? Because I was just editing the videos I took at Scarlett's, my daughter's. She's got, what's her name? Homesteading, Scarlett Damon Homesteading, or Homesteading with Scarlett, or I can't remember the name of it. But so she's got these deer that come right up to the door. And I was asking her how she gets her deer to come to the door. She said, well, they were there first, right? The house is being built. It's still new. And so they were used to this area and always coming right there. But they come right up to the window of her door where she's feeding them, which is really quite cool. So I've been feeding my deer. They did come up to the, I'm trying to feed them out this way now. I don't know why. I was feeding them that way all the time on the shady deck. Anyway, so I've just been editing these little short videos of her deer. I guess I'll upload them. That's the idea. There's a whole bunch of short ones, but not sure which ones to upload. All right, let's find out about this cold. R Y A N Hall. Do you know about Ryan Hall, y'all? H-A, there it is. All right, so let's turn you around and we'll check out what Ryan Hall, y'all says. But I've got to turn down the volume and my clicker is wrecked, so I have to. It comes apart now. But you can turn it down with the volume button like this anyway, see? Even if you just press that thing. Okay, let's check them out. Ryan Hall, y'all. Oops, wait, not down there. Battle zone. 4 days ago, 13 days ago. What? He's not talking about this 1 day ago. This ice storm is about to get much worse. 1 month ago. 9 days ago. 3 weeks ago. Huh. So this ice storm is about to get much worse. So this is what he said yesterday. Something to look forward to. Being one with and amongst nature is so peaceful. Yes, it is, isn't it? Yes. I love looking outside and seeing when the deer are here. So let's see who's gonna have all this cold tonight. So we'll turn it around.
Change a little bit, but somebody between Memphis and Dallas and Abilene is going to experience a crippling ice storm here. So I just want you guys to be prepared. Now, eventually, as we get into the day on Thursday, the ice is going to stop being a problem. Okay, that shallow layer of cold air is going to dissipate, and it's all going to be rain out here, and that's going to quickly get rid of the ice accumulations. But we're still going to be dealing with power outages and stuff like that in these areas. But look at this: around noon on the backside of this low pressure center, we've got that cold air really coming down and causing some snow, maybe even heavy snow on top of the ice near Big Spring, Texas. And that's going to cause even more problems along I-20 as that moves off to the east as well. A really quick, heavy shot of snow for Abilene around 4 p.m. on Thursday. All the while, though, some very heavy rain is going to be training over areas between Shreveport, Louisiana, Jackson, Mississippi, Birmingham, Atlanta. This will cause intermittent flash flooding issues as we see somewhere between 2 to 4 inches of rain by the time this is all
Boy,
said and
that's
done. Of
going
course,
right
the
off
snow
the
is completely done by
right off the
Thursday at
coast.
10 p.m. Unless, of course, you're up here in the Northeast where
Yeah,
those lake
that's
effect
where we
machines are
are.
really going to be turning on. Oh boy, look at that. Big cold front comes through, and now we're talking about heavy snow off the lakes, at least for a brief period of time as we go into Friday.
Well,
So
we're
that's
not in
what
the
we're
heavy
looking
snow
at as
area.
far as the ice storm goes. Okay, I want to show you the full propagation here. Let me zoom out. So from this morning through today, ice is going to be a huge problem out here in Texas. Thankfully, there's going to be some intermittent warming out here that might help us, but
All right,
still,
this
I was
isn't
prepared for
really
worse.
very.
And then we're going to get a little bit of snow
Look
on
at
the
that.
backside, a lot of rain on the front side, and then it's going to be all over with. Once again, please be careful out there in this one, guys. Ice storms are no joke. You don't want to play around with them, and sometimes you can't even see that they're even happening. So if you're under an ice storm warning today and it's raining outside, and that bridge looks okay, don't trust it, son. And then very quickly, let's zoom out and take a look at the rest of the week into next week, just to quickly show you what we're looking at next. Of course, this storm system is bringing below average temperatures down here in Texas, but we've got a little bit of a warm bubble down here in the southeast. Watch that go away as a big cold front comes through. Look at this. We're going to see possibly 40 to 50 degree below average temperatures up here in the northeast on Friday around 7 p.m. This is a huge
It's
cold
supposed to
low
be
level cold front
negative
vortex that's going to be coming down, and that's
45
going to cool a lot of this off
um,
as we go into the weekend. But
wind chill.
that's not going to last long at all. We are warming right up. I'm talking about a February heat wave, son, as we go into February 6th. We've got much above average temperatures out here for really the majority of the U.S., except for the Southwest.
I
And
like
that's, of
how
course, going to
he
set us up for
I
maybe more
like how
storm
he
systems
doesn't
as we
stop
go forward.
the
But, son,
map
I
at
talked
the
about
edge
this a
of
month
the
ago.
United
We got
States.
one shot, two shots, maybe three shots of a big snowstorm. If that doesn't happen, we're back in Warmtown, baby. And look here, we're heading back there right now. And just to briefly show you the severity of the cold up here in the Northeast as we go forward, I want to show you
So
some
this
wind
is
chills. So
this
look at
is
that.
all day
Negative
tomorrow.
56 in Maine with the wind Saturday morning around 1 a.m. Negative 11
So
in New
we're
York
over
City. So
there
this is just going to be some crazy cold, the coldest air
north
of the
of
year by
Lake
far. And there's
Ontario
hardly any snow. Like this is not going to
between
be attached to any storm
so
system
up there where
really.
it says
It's just going
negative
to be cold.
37.
And of course, that cold air is going to impact more than just the Northeast. It's going to get pretty chilly up there in the northern plains, into the upper Midwest, the Great Lakes regions. But really, the Northeast is just hogging it all. As a lot of that doesn't spread very far past the Appalachian Mountains in West Virginia, for example. So that's what we're looking at there. And then we're back into the warmer temperatures and possibly even back into talking about severe weather, which unfortunately is what my next main channel video is going to be about. We're going to do a severe weather outlook. How many tornadoes are we going to see this year? I'm going to tell you. Not really, but pretty close, maybe. Make sure you're subscribed.
Okay,
We're really going
that's
to
enough.
dive into the science behind that and everything.
Okay. There we go. So guys, look, 6 of you are here. Something to look forward to, being one with the amongst nature. You like the deer photos. This is nice of you to talk to us, the new Fias J6. So where are you from? And you can't sleep. All right, I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to say. I had a good day yesterday. What did I do? I've been trying to draw. I can't draw at the same time as I'm making a video though because my photos are on the camera. So when I went to Hawaii, can you believe that? I went to Maui. That's pretty cool. Anyway, so when I went to Maui, I took all these photos and I don't print out photos. So I have a sketchbook and I put them in my sketchbook. But I have to sketch them or draw them in there. And I'm finding crayons are great. They're really great. I want to show you, let's go see our deer situation here. I'll turn you around. Oh, gotta make it smaller. Let's turn on the light outside. I have this great light I've put out there. Just a minute, it's a little dark down here. Okay, so I've got this bowl for the deer to come to. I don't see any deer tracks there at all. Those are they cat tracks? Probably. The wind blew so hard. Oh, yes, the paper bag. Oh, you're in Southern Ontario. Oh, wow. So you're getting the same cold that we're getting. Hey, kitty. What was I going to tell you or show you or something? Oh, the paper bag. Oh, yes, here's the paper bag. Okay, we have to go in the other room again. Uh-oh. I'm pulling the yarn, the stuff with me. This will make the cat have fun. Except I'm getting a little tangled up. There we go. Okay, so the paper bag. It's a pretty cool paper bag, eh? The insides, these need to be tucked in. They're not all finished. They need to go into the next, and disappear in the next ones. But we could put things in it. I wouldn't put things that are too heavy in there. But it might hold a lot of groceries, you know? It's 2 bags. And because of the straps, I think the straps are the key. You know, they will carry the weight. I think I'll take it to the grocery store. Hi, kitty. But I'm going to try and do this with 2 paper bags. Actually, it'll take 4. I'm going to put one inside the other and then cut them together. And then, actually what you could do, I could just make one and put it inside of here. Make another one just like this to reinforce it. It's not really very thick, but because it's now 2 layers everywhere, these bags are very thin now. Hey, not on the couch. No, not on there. No, 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 no. Useful at a farmer's market. Yes, that's indeed. Yeah. I think that's going to be fun. Hey, Mr. Kitty. So yesterday I did go for a little walk. It was so windy. It was only -1, but it was so windy that it felt a lot colder. It was blowing so hard. It could have been, I don't know, but it didn't have the bite. Interesting how you really have to have that deep cold temperature, even though the wind chill might feel like it's colder. I don't know, but once it's at -10, oh, I didn't water that plant. I forgot about that one. I knew there were more. Oh, there's another one over there too. I'll do that because every time I look at them and I think I'll do it later, I never do it later. Oh, and this poor plant is evidence of my delinquency. Put it in the bathroom. You can turn this around and look outside again. Not much. I had a housekeeper coming for a while. She did the whole house. But she's been away for a while. Boy, my hair looks straight. This water gets so cold if you let it run. Okay, there's another one. We'll bring that one in too. I did this one. These were looking kind of limp. That one still looks kind of limp down there. Something about plants. Sometimes if they've gone too far, they won't come back. What did you say? A housekeeper is the best thing you can have in later in life. I agree. I absolutely agree. Later in life. Been around a long time, doing this thing. Cat's been getting up there chewing at this, I think. That darn cat. My soil is made out of bits of stuff, as you can see. I'll leave it there. What do I need to take it out for? How about this one? Is it ready to go? Look, it's putting out new growth. If you're happy and you know it, grow a leaf. If you're happy and you know it, grow a leaf. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, grow a leaf. This bowl is not the right size for that. Let's watch the fire. We'll pretend we're having a campfire outside. There's a lot of heat coming out of there, you know. It's almost too hot. All the fans are going, bringing the heat down. Eight people are here. Wow. I think I want to weave. I like weaving. I'll have to find your holder and put you in it. Let's see if we can do that. Okay. Let's look out here again. That wood stove just heats the downstairs area, right? And the smoke goes up the flue out of the house. No, it hits the whole house. The heat rises. It goes up the stairs. I'll show you. I ate cookies. Now I have to get rid of them out of my system. So the heat goes up, throws a hole up here, goes up in the main room. Were there no blades of that fan you just showed? No, there were 4 blades. The heat rises up the stairs. It also goes up this hole right here. And then the pipe is up in the side of that room, and it also is radiating heat. Nope, there's blades on the fan. They're all going. And that one over there is going faster. And this one's going. They should be going backwards. So I don't know, this one is it going frontwards? It's supposed to go upwards. But I think it's not. Yeah, it's supposed to go. No, that's right. This is upwards. Yeah, that's right. And then what happens, it pulls the heat up and then it sends it down over the edges. You don't have to have it on very fast. But if you put it on fast, it'll send the air further. This one I can't change. There's no fan there. And this one, this fan, so this one's not on at the. Huh. There it goes. That's the lights. And that's just the fan. It's cooler in this room. There we go. And this has got a fan here too. No, Kitty, you can't go out. This is not going to work tonight. It's too cold out there. Shall we turn on the light, have a look out there? Oh, actually, I should close some of these curtains. That's right. I forgot about things like that. I used to do that all the time when it was regular winter. Nope, not tonight. Sorry. You'll be grateful of it later. I did the weather stripping around the door the other day, which was a good idea. All right, there we go. We'll turn off the light out there then. I'm gonna close these curtains too. It's going to be sunny tomorrow. That last fan called opposite of what you wanted. Yeah, this one is going. I don't know if they're whatever. Let me see if I can get this one. No, I'm not letting you out, darling. You have to use your cat box. There we go. Well, that didn't really work all the way. Yeah, this is going the wrong direction. Still on. There. And it should go up. And this one, is this one going up or down? This is going down. This should be going the other way. There we go. There. I hadn't noticed that. Little kitty. Here this is. We can weave. All right. This ought to put everybody to sleep. The baby bear. No, he hasn't been back. 10:33 in California. Okay, how about if we put this up here and we turn you around, and I will tip you down. There we go. Okay, let's see what we can do here. This has got a lot of bits in it, you know. And if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and I hear people don't wear watches much anymore. Their phone has got the time on it. I've never been so trusting of technology. Because I've seen them crash. I've seen things not work. Batteries run out. I don't think of a phone as a dependable thing. And as for the find your phone thing, forget it. As soon as your phone is dead, you can't find it. And it'll die. So unless you know it's lost right away. But if you know, hey, don't be flickering. You can't flicker. That'll be bad for my brain. Okay. Not as bright, but we'll live, right? Scarlett doesn't have electricity. She has batteries and solar. Did anybody say something? Hi, Ocean Pool. Daniel Woods, you got a new name. Hi, Daniel. Now, are you in London? Ontario? I am a little bit unsure. So you're getting this cold then, too. Weaving is pretty nice, you know, you can think. And I'm so glad I'm doing it. For a while there, I wasn't weaving at all. But this is the thing to do in the winter, right? A nice, calm, slow project. And just sit here and mess around. Excuse me. And this goes so fast because it's big. Oh my gosh, this is much softer than the other stuff. Yeah, let's just over that. There we go. Excuse me. Change your feet. Change petals, I guess. I'm not sure what you can see. Are you still with me? This is supposed to put you to sleep, you know. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Oh, tell you some stories from my time at the farm in Tennessee. Okay. Well, once upon a time when I was a teenager, I hung out with some people in North Carolina, and they decided to go visit Stephen's farm, and I thought that was just a farmer. And when I got there, it was not a farmer at all. It was a whole community of people. And so now I was new, and of course I didn't fit in, but so they had a gate, and at the gate, everyone would sit around, and we would have a talk. We would have a visit, and they would sort of check, you know, like the people at the gate. They didn't want anybody who was arrogant and too full of themselves, and you know, the great hippie. They wanted, and so what they would do is they would tell us where we were at, like they would talk about the way we were feeling, and about, I guess he probably introduced us a bit to the farm and told us what to expect. And there was this general agreement. The agreement was that we all wanted to improve ourselves. It was a whole thing of self-improvement. And so the idea there is that they would tell each other, well, the thing is that when you have thoughts in your mind and you're full of your thoughts, you're not really completely present, right? You're so busy thinking about your thoughts. And so if your thoughts, Stephen was a great teacher, and he would say that it was like a typewriter ribbon. Back in the days when we had typewriters, we didn't have internet things then. But so a typewriter ribbon, and when you're full of thoughts, it's like the ribbon is full of thoughts, is full of items, and you really can't be here now and be one. You see, they wanted to be high without drugs, and so they had learned these techniques, mindfulness being the main thing. And in order to be mindful, you had to actually go through and get rid of all these crappy thoughts. And so they would talk about their feelings, their thoughts. So if you were doing something that everybody thought was really rude or unkind, they would refer to it as not being stoned. So being stoned was, the idea was that you were being conscious. I guess consciousness was the thing. And that when you were really conscious of your behavior, you'd be kind and keep all the vibes really nice. And so that was quite a surprise to me, to find people talking so openly about their thoughts and their feelings. And so after that experience at the gate, sitting in this circle with all these people, and it was other people that were at the gate too, that not just our group had just come, although we had taken a caravan, so there were, I don't know how many cars, there were, I would say at least 4, maybe 6. There was this whole group of hippies in the woods near Chapel Hill. There was this health food store that was owned by this fellow named John, and he was sort of like the leader of the group. I mean, people revered him. Yeah, I'll have to advance. Well, that's one thing I remember from the farm. We lived in men's tents and women's tents, and Stephen had the authority to marry people, and so it was very high morals. So life is important, and so you weren't to have sex unless you were married. And so he would marry people, and then they would have their they would live in school buses or build little cabins or whatever all over the property, there were 1,500 acres. No, 1,700 acres and 1,500 people on them. I think that was how it went. It was in Summertown, Tennessee. That was quite the experience, I must say. It really changed my life. Because, it was hippie time, and I guess this was probably 1970. Oh, shoot, that was the same as the last one. It wasn't as promiscuous as it is today. Today, I can't believe how promiscuous it is now. People, I'm amazed at what goes for, what dating is now, and what, the new morality. They said it in the church in the 70s. The new morality is the same old immorality. see this side. I was thinking you couldn't. The other side you can't really see, isn't it? This is a very soft one. The last one was rather scratchy. I've got several fleeces going here at the same time. I suppose I could sort it out so I'm only using the softest stuff. But it was going to be a rug at first. And now I think it's beautiful enough it should be a blanket. And then when it's no longer good enough for a blanket, then it could be a rug. I think I'll take, how long is a bed? Is it 80 inches? A sheet? So 6 feet tall is, see, 5 feet tall is 60 inches. So it must be 72 inches is 6 feet. Yeah, so if you make it 80 inches long, and right now it is 95 plus 29. So it's 124. So I was thinking if I cut it in half, it'll have to be much longer though to be a blanket. I'll have to have 2 of these side by side. So I'll make it really long and then I'll cut it in half. I'm not sure how much more I've got, how much more warp is on here. Some people at the Weavers group, they measure everything really well. You know, I'm thinking about my memories from the farm. And I don't measure my warp stuff very well. My memories from the farm, I don't have a whole lot of memories. But the gate was one big one. And then I would spend a lot of time up at the house. And I would also, the house was a regular house. I'm not sure what I did up there. But I was there nonetheless. There was no television or anything like that. That's the same as the last one as well. It just changed now. So I remember, like, one of the things was that we lived the law of consecration, which was that hold all things in common and divide unto each as has need. And so it meant everything. So when you came, you gave everything that you owned to the farm. And then there was this box of tops and another box of skirts, long skirts. And so you just get your clothes out of the box. Cardboard box was what we used. And they were vegetarian. So they ate, I guess it would be called vegan now. They didn't want to compromise any animals. So we didn't use honey because that was stealing from the bees. And we didn't wear leather because you had to kill a cow to get leather. So we all wore running shoes, except in the fields the men wore rubber boots, I suppose. So they grew the food, and there were all kinds of vegetables and sorghum and soy. And we had a soy dairy. I worked in the dairy. They made ice cream. So you had to work every day. You had to do something. You had to be involved somewhere on the farm. So you could find whatever it was that you felt was something that you could do and how you could contribute. So sometimes I worked at the community kitchen where we would prepare meals. And I remember wiping, you had to wipe each big leaf to make sure there were no bugs on it. You had to wipe it all by hand, you know. And a lot of soybeans got used because that was the protein. Then there was a store, and everything in the store was free. You just had to take what you needed. I took peanut butter once, and I left it in the kitchen in our tent, and somebody else saw that there was peanut butter there, and the peanut butter was only for pregnant women, pregnant and nursing women. And so they took it back. But pressure cooking soybeans, everybody made soybeans. We made soybeans every day. And soybeans don't mess with your hormones and all those negative things that supposedly happen to men. It's one of those disinformation stories, a myth. And so to cook soybeans by hand, it would take 5 hours of boiling them. But if you put them in a pressure cooker, it took 20 minutes. And if you use the soy milk, you could make soy milk by, you break the soybeans first, and then you boil them, and then you strain out the soybeans, and you boil the milk for 45 minutes, the juice, and then you had soy milk, and you can taste the difference when it's raw and when it's cooked. When it's raw, it's got a totally different taste. And it was important not to drink it raw because your digestive system doesn't like it at all. Hello, folks. No, the house was just a bungalow, and it was used for, I think there was some cooking going on there. It had an electric stove. I can't remember exactly what would go on there. But no, we lived in tents. So we had army tents, big, huge, long army tents. So there was the women's tent for single women, and there was the men's tent for single men. And then when people got married, they would live in their place. There were school buses. It was really in campers. There was all kinds of stuff people had for houses. And they revered life. So sex was for procreating. I mean, for when you're married. And there was this tantric yoga. It was a oneness thing. It was certainly not all carnal like it is in the world today. It was not just for the moment. It was it was building long-lasting relationships. My neighbors, not the ones right here, but a few of my friends lived on the farm for years. They lived on the Wisconsin farm, which was a branch of the farm. There were people who, the babies were really taken good care of, the children. They had a school for the children and a teacher, and they did nature stuff, with the kids. And the farm got a reputation for if you were pregnant and you didn't want your child, instead of having an abortion, abortions had just become legal in New York in 1973. And so this was 75. And so instead of getting an abortion, people were told they could come to the farm and have their, that's the same as the last sentence. They could have their baby and they could give it up for adoption if they wanted. And so, and they had a publishing company, and so they had a lot of books they were publishing. They would write their own books and publish them. So Stephen wrote Monday Night Class. It was very interesting. So the whole group had started in Haight-Ashbury, which is the corner of Haight Street and Ashbury Street in San Francisco. And I lived on the farm, but you had to ask permission from Stephen if you could live there. And he would check you out, make sure you were on the up and up, had this interview. And he told me I could live there. But I soon learned that the gate was not a swinging gate, and that if you were going to live there, you needed to live there and stay there and not go off tripping to Jamaica. Anyway, so I was doing a Jamaica thing for a while. This is so fun to work with, You can find looms. This one was free. Somebody was downsizing and they didn't use it much, and so they were getting rid of it. And Scarlett got one for free too. I'm not sure where she got hers, but she hasn't been using it much lately. She's busy building her house. She's making cheese now. I don't eat dairy products because of the pain, but she does. She made a round of cheese that was hard as a rock. Unbelievable. I was really impressed. She's got all kinds of, not quark, what is the other thing called? Kefir. Yeah, she's been making kefir, and she's making cheese from kefir. So what else from the farm? What do I remember? They've really changed now. They're into different kinds of sustainable architecture, making round buildings, and they give classes, stuff like that. But it's not like the farm was before. Now, once they started having to pay taxes, well, they had to pay taxes anyway, but there were some people that were nurses and doctors, and they would work in Nashville and live on the farm. So they were bringing home some money, which then, of course, paid for the things that had to be purchased. But mostly everything was raised on the farm. I told my dad it was a farm, and he laughed because it wasn't any animals there. Parents did not like their kids to be on the farm. It was just, and yet it was such a better place for us than being hippies out there at large in society. And it was all totally moral. There was no drugs, no alcohol, no sex except if you were married. What better place for what our parents should have been thinking. It was an awesome place, but they didn't see it that way. Parents didn't like it at all. It was an intentional community. So now there's intentional communities happening all over, right? So I was not there very long. I was only there a few months. And then my friends from North Carolina came back to visit the farm again, and I went home with them. And then from there, and then I got snowed in somewhere, and then I heard everybody was going to follow John down to Jamaica. Not everybody, not the people I was with. And I decided I would go too. So I asked a friend if he would come and get me and hitchhike with me, and I'd pay his way across to Miami, from Miami to Jamaica. It was $99 flight from Miami to Jamaica. Anyway, so that's what happened. And so I didn't go. And then when I went back to the farm, it was in between one of my trips to Jamaica. I had to come back every 6 weeks to renew my visa or something. You could only stay in Jamaica for 6 weeks at a time. So the farm taught me about morality and the importance of life and how sacred life is, which is the reason that sex was not supposed to be had all the time by everybody under the sun. You look at somebody and have sex with them, that was just definitely not the thing. Because it was disrespectful to life. I mean, life is about a lot more than physical gratification. And the sanctity of life, and the sanctity of each other. Like, it's sort of a people have value as individuals, as human beings with feelings and thoughts and potential and love and all that, and so to only use a person like that is just it's just wrong, right? But some people say, well, it's mutual, so therefore it's not wrong. But it still messes with you can't really have a fullness of love for one another if it's just temporary. If it's only the flesh. You can't. It's just a whole different thing. Like, Willem and I have this awesome marriage, right? We really value each other as people, and we wouldn't want to just have a one-night stand and that's it. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. the church teaches it that each of us has been given a light, and with the power to kindle other lights. And so with that power, there comes a great urge so that to keep people together. If there weren't, then nobody would bother, because it's a lot of trouble to raise a family and all this. And so in order to have families, there had to be a great urge. And so it's a powerful light that we each have. And we need to respect it and keep it in the bonds of matrimony, and it's not just a game, a pastime. It's something very sacred to be thought of differently. It's one of the, it'll be the falling apart of our society. It's already, you can see it already. The more and more free sex out there, the less and less people get married and raise families and have that, the basis of society is the family. And so to just wantonly do other things, it just doesn't build society. And foster love. Love makes you feel awesome forever, If you have the same person, you can, my son tells me about people now, they've got these qualifications of what women are looking for in a man. And their expectations are so high, huge figure salary, and, and so the field is, so there's a lot of ineligible men now, according to these women. And it's breaking down society. The birth rate is very low, and the cohesion between people is very low. So then you get things that can come along that cause a lot of hate, and but if you have someone that you love, who loves you, there's nothing better than real true love, lasting love. It's an awesome thing. You're able to grow. Now I'm not advocating being in relationships just for the sake of being in relationships, being in marriages just for the sake of being in marriages, but especially if someone's not nice to somebody else, you must be nice to each other to be able to. Everybody needs to live in an environment where they feel content and loved and happy. Everybody needs to feel that way. And of course it's not that it's not always possible, because we don't all have the agreement that we want to change. Some people are pretty set in their ways that this is the way I am, and you like it or lump it, and you better do what I say because I'm paying the bills. Or there's just all kinds of bad vibes out there. So you have to choose very wisely when you get married, and be careful who you date, because you marry the people you date. You have to be very careful of who you spend your time with. And what you say to each other really matters. It's a growing experience, and if you give each other room to grow, room to change and acknowledge that you don't do everything right. And so if they don't do everything right, that's the way it is. We are in process of becoming better. And getting old together is fun. Having someone to watch over and help you out, and you help them out. And together you go through life, and you deal with the snow and the wood stove and meals and the dishes and projects. Being retired is awesome. Having Willem retired is awesome. I've always been a mom at home. Of course, as a grandma, you really aren't retired as far as childcare. They wrote an important book, Spiritual Midwifery, important in the midwifery field. I had no idea how moral a community it was. Bless them. You're a lovely human, Nancy. Thank you, Marie. You're a lovely human, too. You are awesome. I love your name. Love them anyway. It's so important to love them anyway. Everybody does what they do because they want to be loved. Not everything. I suppose there's a lot of things that we do just for coping, Keeping boredom at bay. There's a lot of that. That's why we watch so much stuff on the devices. Keep our minds going. Yeah, it was very moral. It was very wonderful learning experience. It's important what you say. And you need to give information when you're speaking. And when you open up to others, you can be, oops, oh dear, pulled that and it made a hole. Yeah, so you're not to steal, to be dishonest, because you're not one if you lie to one another. And of course the Savior said, if you are not one, you are not mine. They were very religious, but not very spiritual, but not a certain religion. They said if you took all the religions and put them on computer cards, the holes that went all the way through would be the ones that they believe. So whatever is held by all religions is what they believe. They believed Jesus Christ was a great teacher. So later I had to find out if he was the Son of God or not. Was he who he said he was? If he was not who he said he was, how could he be how could he say the things he said and do the things he did if he were not, if he were lying? And that's always a thing. Like, if he was who he said he was, well, he couldn't have not been who he said he was, because his whole thing was about goodness and honesty and truth and caring and love, and it was not about, there was no room for lying in there. And so would the Son of God have lied? No. And so, by their fruits you shall know them. I mean, he raised people from the dead, for goodness sakes. He healed the blind. And the reason that he healed the blind, he said, was so that they would know, said that he was born blind so that, to show forth the power of the Son of God. So the whole purpose of the trial that this person was living was just so that when he was healed, people would know. He was not a magician. He taught such interesting things. Oh, look, we're at the end of this. There. Now how long is it? 33. 196 plus 33. What is that, 129? There is a moth on the wall. They love to get into my wool. So it's 2:30. I'm not quite ready to go to bed. Look at these guys. They're so happy. Let's do some of this wool. I'm going to do some carding. What time are you going to wake up? You enjoyed my memories of the farm. Thank you. You're welcome. Well, I'm awake now. I have a doctor's appointment at 9:30. It's going to be negative 28 or negative something out there. Negative 30. Then I think I need to go take care of children. I think it might be a snow day. Because of the extreme cold. If it is, then I definitely have to babysit, and I have to deal with my appointment, see if I can have the appointment over the phone. It's neat that we now have that option, you know? I think this is ready to use. My favorite memories of the farm is working in the dairy, the soy dairy, making soy milk. Then from soy milk you could make ice cream. So we made soy ice cream. I never worked in the fields. The men generally were out there in the fields. I don't know if there were women out there or not. There were definite separation of stuff. And sometimes there was a night shift at the kitchen. And so you could do the night shift if you wanted, and you would watch over the soybeans. There were 1,500 people. I'm not sure how many of them were married, but the ones that were single were the ones that would, um, well, I guess even the married ones. There was a community kitchen, and so everybody ate together from the fields. I guess there would probably be also the people with children would stay in their house. I don't remember women coming through the line. It was men. But see, I already went to bed. I went to bed at 6:30, and I got up at midnight at 12:30. So I've already had 6 hours sleep, so I only need 2 more hours. But I'll probably go to bed in a while. I don't know. When I feel like it. When I feel like I can sleep, right? So how are you guys in California doing? Have you recovered from all the rain? And all the mudslides and after all those fires? Boy, California's getting to be quite the place, isn't it? On the earthquake thing, there's earthquakes every day in California. Like very small ones. Sometimes they're bigger. Small ones like less than 1, not less than 0. And then there's 2s and 3s. They're really usually pretty small, but they're happening all day, every day, all over California, as far as I know, from what I get from the internet. How is falling asleep going, folks? Was this helpful? I'm glad you talked to me, Tyler and Marie. Otherwise, it'd be kind of quiet on here. Let's see what anybody say. Is pain keeping you up? No. Is Willem driving to the doctor? No. I drive myself. Is pain keeping you up? No. I'm just up because I slept already. And making soy milk and ice cream would make good video. Yeah, I think I may have made soy milk on here. I remember making it once at home. We used to make all kinds of stuff. There was a little cookbook that the farm had, which I only have part of now. It's all fallen apart. But it has one in there about making soy burgers. And I remember making something that was kind of like liverwurst out of soy. I used to cook up onions and add soybeans to it. Willem does not like soybeans at all. So my soybean life is very scant. Sometimes I'll make them for me, but then, not really fair to Willem. Be interesting to try to make soy milk again. So you have to, I think you partially cook the soybeans. No, I don't think you do. Well, you soak them, and then you grind them up so they're in pieces. So they're no longer whole. I don't know that I ground them up. How did I do that? Maybe I got soybeans from the feed mill, because the soybeans are already broken up or flaked or something. And that would be easy to make soy milk from. I find that these little tangles are generally, they're tangled around a little piece of debris, a little bit of nature, bits of straw. Sometimes you get seeds. Theoretically, if you pull it, the bits will all fall out. Theoretically. I think it helps if you pull it and keep it tight. Then I think the debris falls out. If it's loose, then it's tangled around there, but once it's tight, then it just seems to let it fall out, untangle it. I should probably give the deer some food out back. They're probably pretty hungry. There's a foot of snow on everything. But that does raise them up a little more, and so they can get the branches of the trees. They do browse on saplings and things, eat the tops off of them. Hey, kitty cat. Good morning. Yeah. You'd think you want to go out, but you don't realize how cold it is out there. That was fun making that paper bag basket to try and do something new. You know what's an interesting thing to do with birch bark is to frame it. I have some frames around. Of course, you have to go through deep snow to get there. Hey there, Mal. Hi there, kitty. Why aren't you sleeping? You're usually sleeping in the night. Yeah, those are my friends in there. That's right, they're in there. It's really in. Hey, you get out of there. Don't you try eating those leaves. Those are the tulips. They're gonna grow. We're gonna have pretty flowers. No, you cannot eat my tulips. Hi, kitty. Hi. What you thinking? What's happening in that mind of yours? Kitty, kitty. How about the rest of you? What are you saying? Hi, Susan. Summer's still recovering. Had much rain and wind in the last week or so, but we're good now. No fallout for us. That's good to hear. Hi, Susan. You're up late. How's your day been? You're getting the same cold as we are, Wisconsin folks. How is it for you? You staying warm? Today, when the wind was blowing, I was a little concerned for people that might lose their power. Our power flickers sometimes when it's doing that, but generally just comes right back on. But I was thinking about all those ice storm people. I guess the same, it's not impacting the ice storm people. They have a whole different thing happening down there. May the lower lights be burning, cast away upon the sea. Some poor fainting, struggling seaman, you may rescue me soon. Lower lights be burning, cast a beam this way. Some poor fainting, struggling seaman, you may rescue me. May the lower lights be burning. Oh, you just woke up, says Susan. I let Taylor get the mail. I won't go outside when it's this cold. So it's real cold there too, eh? So yes, Tyler, I do drive myself. I drive all over the place. I drive to Connecticut, but not lately. But I have been letting Willem drive the car all the time when we go to the temple lately. Sometimes I drive the whole way or most of the way. I try not to drive at night too much. So the lights of the other cars are the lights of the other cars keep me from being able to see the deer. And that bothers me. I want to make sure that I don't hit a deer. So far, so good. It may change tomorrow, but the Lord has really blessed me. 25 years of hitting a deer. I don't say knock on wood because the wood is not helping me. It's the Savior. And the angels that are protecting me. Protect you. Could be that you're supposed to hit a deer. You're supposed to have the experience of having to replace your car because a deer hit it. And how will you deal with it? Will you get angry? Will you think that we're all just learning how to do, what works and what doesn't work. What is that clock saying? clock doesn't say anything. It's a clock. I'm glad you're nice and cozy. It's minus 12 degrees there. That's a cool machine. Is it old? 47 here. I'm not complaining. We can't hear what you're saying while that thing is rolling. Lol. Hi, love. 22. So, 22 what? 22 Celsius? No. Oh, love them anyway. 22. Ah, we can't hear what you're saying. Okay. 47 here. So I'm not complaining. That's in California. That's a cool machine. This is not mine. I borrowed it. And I think it's been around quite a few years now. It's a Louis Jr. Made in Holland. Let's see, what did you say then? You said, the clock doesn't say anything. You see, I said, what is it saying? Because it usually rings on the hour. Look at that. Oh, yeah. So, the temperature here is supposed to be, it was negative 18, which is 0 Fahrenheit a little while ago. But now it's supposed to get down to negative 25 or negative 30. I think negative 28 tonight. So let's see if we can figure out that. 28, negative 28 plus negative 28, 8 negative 16, so 56. So that is 56 minus 32 is, or it's minus 56 plus 32. No, two negatives make a positive, right? Anyway, so negative 26, negative 56, 32, 4, 2. So it's 24. It's negative 24 Fahrenheit here. Is that right? No, it's 24 Fahrenheit. No. 32 degrees take away 56. That's how it goes. So 32, 56 take away 32 is what? 4, 53, 24. So, yeah, it's negative 24. How can that be? Is it negative 24 here? When it's negative? Whatever the temperature is, you double it and add 32, or take away 32. Or you can do this. You can get a thermometer that has both scales on it and see what it says. And it says negative. So at no, this is all Fahrenheit, isn't it? No. Yeah, 70, 60, 54. Yeah, this is all Fahrenheit. Well, that won't help. Anyway, it's cold. You can look it up on your phone. Put in Ottawa, Ontario, and then you can check what it says there for Fahrenheit and Celsius. You have to turn everything to Celsius, and then it'll show it to you. This does not bode well. If I have that one spot here, I have 4 bits in it. Does not bode well for the whole thing, does it? I have not seen all these things. I was letting it in so slowly, you know? I really like it when it's really cold outside. I like to go out in it and just for a moment and see what it's like, to experience it. Well, I think that all looks pretty good. What did you say here? It's 9 degrees Fahrenheit in Canada. Okay. Can't use my sweater machine. I don't have a table to connect it to. My table is round, so it won't work. How about your kitchen counter? I'm seeing -1. Well, I have no idea. 18 degrees, -18 Celsius. 18 and 18, maybe I messed it up. 18 and 18 is not 56, it's 36. Is that right? 8 and 8 is 16. Carry the 1. 1 and 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. So it's 36 minus 32 plus 32. 36 minus, I don't know. The scales meet at -18, so it should be 0 Fahrenheit. But at least I think that the -18 is 0 Fahrenheit. Anyway. But that calculation of doubling it and add 32 or take away 32, that is not precise. So you don't get exactly the right answer. Because it's something like, you're supposed to be something about 9/5. And I don't do that 9/5 thing. It's really neat that y'all are my friends. It's really neat. Okay. Let's see what else has been going on. Now another site says it's minus 18, but feels like minus 29. Says the temperature will drop steadily in the morning by 10 a.m. Your time, it will be 0 Fahrenheit. I'm glad you love me. All these different possibilities. Ontario, Canada. Ontario's a humongous place. It goes from the Great Lakes up to the Hudson Bay, I think. So it's not the same everywhere. Needless to say. It's funny, you know, I don't know. I don't know the temperature. Hot temperatures are generally, well, I know them now, but I grew up in the South, so hot temperatures I always know in Fahrenheit. But cold temperatures, I never had cold temperatures in Georgia, so I only know them in Celsius, because they're in Canada. In Canada, it's all Celsius. I think they went metric the year before I moved here, in 75 or something. I came in 76. I got married, or 77. I guess I got married the end of 77, so I guess I came here in 77. I met a fellow and married him. heard the deck snap earlier. When it's really cold, it shrinks. You hear it go bang. Especially if you step on it. If you walk on it, it'll bang. So, I guess I gotta think about going back to bed. These are almost like little pine needles or something that's in here. To convert Celsius into Fahrenheit, multiply it times 1.8 and add 32. Thank you for the stories, Nancy. Really enjoyed this chat. I'm glad you could come here. I will have to replay and watch the beginning. Hi, kitty. Time to advance it again. So we're up to 35. So 35 is 130. 130 inches long. Okay, kitty, should we feed the deer something out this door? Let's see if we can open our... Hi, Yoshi. Where are you from, Yoshi? That's a different name. Where did I put that thing? Feed. I want to feed the deer. So it's 3:30. It's almost time to go back to bed. But I'm going to feed these deer. Just look out the window and see if they're here. You won't be able to see out there. Oh, look at that full moon. No wonder it's so cold. It's always the full moons. Could you see it? You're in Northern California. Yes, well, I guess it's not that late for you. Midnight-ish. Aha. We have this. Now we have to take it outside. Okay, let's go feed the deer out the back. don't suppose you'll be able to see the whole thing, but I'll turn on the light. Maybe you can see something. Poor deer. They get cold and hungry. Hungry and helpless and cold. Okay, I should probably get some shoes on. Let me get some shoes. Okay, you can come out with me. Boy, this is nice. Come on, inside. Oh dear. What a day for the cat to decide to stay out. That was nice. It wasn't too cold. I mean, it was cold, but it wasn't too cold. Okay. Okay, kitty cat, you better come back. It's pretty cold out there for you to stay all night. Here we go. Okay. She's still fleecing. Fleecing. Look at her go. Good night, Nance. I'm exhausted. Good night, Ocean Pool 96. I'm still fleecing. Weaving fleece. And it is now, how long? 37, that's 134. 134 inches. That's pretty long. See if we can get this cat to come back inside. That darn cat. What sort of a thing is it to pretty late at night or pretty cold out? Wow, this is different. Look at this fleece. This is really curly. Oh, there you are. Smart move. All right, well, we'll just do a little bit more here. I got 2 more of these tulips coming up. It's called weaving, not fleecing. This is pulling, cleaning fleece. Okay, I'm gonna run this through the carder. A drum carder is what it's called. smart cat. He knows it's cold out. Susan said, I wish I could clean that fleece for you. That looks fun. I'm going to lay down and watch a movie till I fall asleep. Night, Nancy. Night, everyone. Night, Susan. Did you hear that? That was the deck banging as the boards shrink in the cold. I should turn out the lights. Let's see what you've said. What time is it? It is 10 after 4. So I'm going to go to bed again. I already had 6 hours of sleep. I went to bed at 6:30 and I got up at 12:30. Look at that moon. Looks pretty full to me. Okay then. I guess I'll go to sleep. Night night, everybody.